What's up, guys? We got a chassis. It's like brand new. There is no scratches underneath it whatsoever. It's already got a servo in it. It's got the steering sector in it, bulkhead, shock tower. I want to say this chassis was donated by a good friend of ours, Shane. And Shane, if you see this video, thank you so much. I'm sorry I couldn't get out there personally last night, but this is going to be much appreciated by Kevin. I know it is. Getting ready to hang the transmission and put the rear shock tower on it. And I'm going to check the arms, make sure the hinge pins are good. I know the ones that actually hold the arms to the transmission were okay, but I'm worried about the ones that hold the knuckles or the carriers on the outside. Transmission's in. The only thing that I found so far that I didn't like was right here. This is a hub carrier, and there's a pin that goes through, if you can see here above my thumbnail, it comes in from the other side. But these are the originals. This is one of them here, and it's hard to tell, but it has a little bit of a bow in them. Both of them did, so it wasn't allowing these to pivot like they need to. Should it need to, just suspension need to compress. I replaced both of those. I'm going to pull the hexes off now and check the bearings, and I'm going to put the drive shafts back all together, and I put the upper locators back on it, and the rear end will just about be buttoned up. Okay, so these are the carrier bearings for the rear carriers right here. And as you can see, they are pretty dirty. They feel good as far as the action on them. One side of them is just very dirty. Let me turn this other one over. So those are obviously the exposed areas. But all we're going to do is we're just going to treat them and clean them. So I've got a little bit of my PB Blaster in this old tote here that I stole from the house. We're just going to drop them in here. And just let them sit. Probably let them sit about 15 minutes. So all that stuff will loosen up, and this will penetrate and get on the inside. And then we're going to take them out, dry them off, stick them back in there, and reassemble the drive line. All right, so the transmission is in. The drive shafts are hooked up. The stubs look good, so they're just cleaned up and put back in there. Bearings are cleaned up pretty good. We're really good right now. Everything is working like it should. Things staying in line. Now I got to worry about the shocks. I got a problem with the shock here. I don't know if you can tell it or not, but we have a bent shock shaft. So I'm going to look through my parts and see if I've either got a shaft or another shock that I can put in place of this one here. And then we'll get the shocks mounted on the back end and kind of button up the rear and move to the front and get this thing finished. All right, so we got the back end just about complete. Now I've just got a set of tires on it to mock it up, and there's some adjustments that has to be made after the front end gets on it, because if you notice, it is sitting to the left a little bit. And the problem I have is the shocks that I pulled off of the car, one of them has a bent shock shaft. Well, turns out the other opposing shock for the rear is a completely different shock. So it's a mismatched set of shocks, and I do not have a set of Traxxas rears. Got the rear bumper support. Don't know if we're going to run a bumper on it or not, but it'll give it just a little bit more protection there. And went together pretty easy. I'm not going to put the motor in it until I get the front end put on and get it real close to being finalized. But yeah, going to move on to the front end now and see what we can do there. The chassis now, thank goodness, got the front end hung on it. Had to make a few adjustments, but nothing terrible. And there's a couple other things I'm going to have to adjust. I'm going to stop for a little while. Shocks are in good shape. Everything else is in good shape. And so far so good, but we will pick this up again shortly. Hope you guys have a great day. Take care.